What is up, guys? Welcome back to episode 5 of your unbelievable 2006 RM250 build and giveaway. Now the build is moving right along and I have some incredible things to show you guys today, especially the stuff that came back from CryoHeat. We had your transmission beefed up, had some durability built into it. As you can see, it's micro polished. We're going to check that out today on the bench. This stuff is just unbelievable. Guys, this thing is bomb proof. We're also going to take a look at your plastics, your graphics, your brand new seat, your seat cover, your bike stand, the matching decals for that. My guys at DeCal Works absolutely killed it for us, as always. Now, of course, in every episode, I've shown you guys something brand new that's come in for the build, just to keep the hype up, because I'm super geeked out. I got your brand new Pro Circuit R304 Shorty silencer right here. Now, guys, keep your eyes on the mXrevival Instagram. I'll leave a link below. I'm going to do something special to that PC pipe I just showed you. One more thing I thought I'd mention in today's video when we go over your brand new seat and seat cover is something I noticed when you are reusing the OEM seat base with new foam that I did not encounter on the base I used, which was an aftermarket base. So I'll go over that and tell you how I would rectify the issue. Now, I've been doing comment giveaways in every single YouTube episode for this build, and today is no different. I'm going to do one comment giveaway. I'm going to tell you what I want to know. And the second giveaway is going to be exclusive for people who have entered to win this build, because guys, without you, this just doesn't happen, so thank you. Now, if you want to take a crack at winning this bike, it's going to be worth about $25,000 when it's done. You can take a crack at that on my website, mXrevival.com. I've been doing this giveaway different than previous giveaways where I had lower entry amounts because there are only 350 slots total. Almost half of them are gone. Huge congrats to last episode's comment winner, Austin Barnhouse. You guys can check it out in the last video, but basically those comments went off the hook. There were so many good tech tips, so you guys should go check out episode 4 and just scan through the comments. There is a wealth of knowledge, which is what YouTube and this community is all about, right? So that was really cool. Basically, his comment went on to list several important things that I thought were valuable, but the very first thing he said was, don't worry about what other people think. And that really resonated with me heavily. A lot of times we can block ourselves from even starting because we have this false idea in our heads about what somebody else might think. And the reason this resonated with me is because, guys, a lot of you know that I started my career as a union electrician and I got into the dirt bike thing later. It's probably why I'm still jacked up on dirt bikes at 40 years old, like a 17-year-old kid. If I were to submit or bow down to other people's thoughts about me or where my skill set might be, obviously it hasn't slowed me down in the slightest. We've kicked out several amazing giveaway bikes, then maybe I wouldn't even have started. So, Austin, I loved your comment. Guys, if you're watching and you're not so sure of yourselves, fuck everyone who doubts you. Sorry, I got a little aggressive, but that's how I feel about it. Guys, you will get there. Just keep trying. Don't give up. Make the mistakes to help you learn the lessons. And with all that said, let's go ahead and get into your bike. Check out what's been done, and as we go, I'll announce the new giveaway. All right, guys, let's check out your bike. It's looking pretty spicy, but don't forget what we were just talking about. I'm so sincere when I say that. Don't give in to anybody. Don't bow down to anybody. Do your thing. Take your licks. And with all that said, again, let's go ahead and get into your bike. It just means so much to me that you guys know how sincere I am about that. So let's tear into it. Oh, man. Check that out. All right, you guys have an official look at where the body style is going. You may remember from episode 1, this is a special plate. It's made by a company called Artec. We import them from Italy. It looks like the 24 plate, but it has the proper bolt pattern here in the back so that it can actually mount to the old 2-strokes or the 08 through 17 RMZs rather than the 18 through 24 RMZ dual mount. You don't need like a special bracket, which is really cool because it's also shaped properly for the 08 to 17 fender, and so everything looks seamless. It's a really great way, it's a really great subtle way to update your bike where people don't even really realize that it's a modern plate, although you can tell for some reason it's different. Now in the plastics and graphics department, oh man, so nice. Check out the gloss on those bad boys. My guys at DeCal Works absolutely slay it. They come through with the plastics and the graphics. They even pre-installed these decals on these plastics for me. It's very nice, especially on 4-strokes, which have a giant single exhaust, to have DeCal actually pre-install this stuff so you don't get any wrinkles, or as your decal comes out, you don't end up with a bunch of extra plastic reveal down here because your decal sort of shrank as you applied it around that big bulbous piece of plastic. It's the worst on the CRF 450s, the 13s, those dual exhausts. Some of the 250s are that way too, older, 06. But I cannot believe how this thing is coming out. Don't worry. We're going to make our way over there in this video. We're going to take a good look at your transmission over there, and we're even going to put that thing together. Now, I have never shown you guys the full plastics and graphics scheme until the very end, the reveal on these giveaway bikes. I like to keep a little mystery till the end. It's been that way on every giveaway bike we've done, so expect no different here. However, we will get into this badass Polysport folding stand that matches your bike perfectly. It's a little bit more scheme for you. Now, I love these because they tuck right into the moto van, super easy. Also from DeCal Works. You guys can see it take up very little space. So when I'm traveling in the moto van with a ton of stuff, I didn't used to like these that much, but now I'm absolutely in love with them. The thing's about 3 inches thick once it's folded up. So, hey, just like me. At any rate, that's going to look unreal when everything comes together here. So now a set of decals that I will show you are the complete RC4 replica decals that DeCal Works has done for our 06 customer RC4 replica build. This came out absolutely amazing. Not only is the bike stunning, but the reason I'm showing you this is because today, my giveaway, my comment giveaway, and my special giveaway for everyone who has entered to win the 06 over here is a complete custom set of DeCal Works graphics. So if you guys have already entered to win this 06 build here, there's nothing else to do. You are already in. Now, if you're going to be the winner of my second set of DeCal Works graphics in today's comment giveaway, I'm going to let you know what I need from you right now. All right, guys, so here is the deal for the comment giveaway. If you guys want to win a set of the DeCal Works graphics in this episode, I'll pick my winner next week and announce it right here on episode 6. But I was sort of goofing around on Instagram last week. I dropped a post for the RC4, and in that post, I just asked, hey guys, what do you do for a living? I'll go first. Used to be a union electrician. I guess technically I still am. However, when I stopped being a bitch and went all in on dirt bikes, changed my life. Having said that, I got some of the coolest comments, some of the most interesting comments. A lot of electricians chimed in. They had no idea of my past. There was some really interesting stuff like train conductors, software engineers, all kinds of stuff. So in today's comment giveaway, I'm going to ask you the same thing. What do you guys do for a living? What do you do when you're not out ripping or wrenching on your bike? I think it'll be really interesting for people to read. It's also a great way for me to get to know you. A lot of the screen names I see over and over and over. We don't know each other all the way yet, so I think it's a really great way to bond with you guys. And I'm going to go ahead and pick the most interesting career path, let's say, and let you guys know who the winner is in next week's video, and I'll tell you what I thought was so interesting about it. Let's go ahead and check out your seat. I want to show you that little detail I found when I was rewrapping and rebuilding the seat base. All right, so I've got some brand new seat foam. You guys can get this on Rocky Mountain. They're still making it for the RM250, which was awesome. I like this density. Not too hard, not too soft. And this is an OEM seat base. You can notice the recess here in the middle. We'll get to that in a second. That's kind of what my issue was or could be. But before that, let's have a gander at this gorgeous, fully rebuilt seat with the brand new foam, same foam, brand new DeCal Work seat cover. This is kind of like my go-to for all my personal Suzukis. It just looks racy as hell. And I absolutely love it. Black on black. A little note on wrapping. You guys can see the wrinkle right here. I did a test fit on the RC4, and once the seat goes on and gets snapped into the tank, it's actually going to be pulled down quite a bit. So the trick with seat covers, and I'll do a seat cover video soon, is to make sure it's wrapped tightly enough everywhere so that you don't get wrinkles like that, but you also don't roll in and crush this foam edge here. You'll see a lot of bikes that have this seat foam here against the gas tank, and it'll be super uneven. It'll be too tight here. There'll be a gap against the gas tank, or the whole thing's wrapped too tight and stapled too tight, and you have this nasty wiggly gap all the way up. You don't want that. So right now, this is the sweet spot, I believe. And damn, that thing is sexy. And I guess I could be talking about any number of things here on the bench because there's a lot of sexy going on. So this seat base here, which does need a little bit more detailing and cleaning, a little dry brush will do the trick. This was a complete SDG seat, which has, to my knowledge, been completely discontinued for this bike. So used to be my go-to for complete seats. I think there's a company called Psychic Racing making them now. You're certainly not going to find an OEM one, maybe on eBay, but a lot of times the bases are completely bashed. I was able to save this one, get the glue off of it. I actually vapor blasted this, drilled the mounts off there. I am going to black zinc the mounting plates here. What the hell am I trying to say? Geez, English, man. Anyways, black zinking these, and I'll switch over to a nut and bolt system so they can actually be removed without taking the seat this far apart, much like the SDGs would come. They have studs in them and a couple of 8mm nuts, which was super handy to just pop these off and get the staples back behind the brackets real easily. Anyway, you guys can see this SDG seat doesn't have that dip down or recess in the center that the stock seat has. And I was initially worried that the seat foam was going to go onto this because the seat foam, I would imagine, was engineered for the stock seat base. This wasn't a stock seat base. And then when I laid it down, everything worked out. It actually worked out better than the stock seat base. Now here's the issue. When you put this brand new seat foam on the stock seat base, you actually end up with this hollow spot in the middle, and you can actually feel it with your hands when you push down. So when someone, say my size, 200 pounds, sits on this thing, you're going to feel that. And so that kind of shocked me that that was the case using the OEM base, which I would have assumed the foam was for. However, with the SDG seat base being flat, it actually worked out better. Cleaned it up, shot some glue on it, threw it down there, done deal. Now, if I had noticed this before I chucked the old seat foam that was on here, although it was moldy and decimated, I could have used that foam, cut it down, got a piece of that, stuffed it in here, and probably been okay filling that gap. So what I'm going to do is I ordered some of that foam filler that you shoot in between door jambs and around windows before you put stucco up and drywall and all that sort of thing. So I'm going to fill this with foam, really lightweight. I'm going to shave it down flat and kind of fill that gap in. There'll be something hard in here, as hard as the plastic. So that will solve my problem. I just wanted to note that with you guys because I thought it was super interesting. I had also considered using a piece of the SDG seat foam to fill that in also, but this is still in good shape. It's only got a couple hours on it, and it's the tall seat foam, so I know somebody can use it. So did not want to destroy it. Now, I think it's only right that we get into this unreal set of transmission shafts and cogs from CryoHeat. This stuff is badass. Let's tear into your tranny. That didn't sound right. Man, oh man, I am excited to show this off for you guys. This is what CryoHeat process looks like on a complete dirt bike transmission. The first thing you guys notice, of course, is that everything is extremely high luster. This is due to a micro polish they put on it, a finish at the end of their treatment process. Now, I'll start by saying that these transmissions especially, not only are they expensive, but in the case of the 06 RM250, the stuff is going to be getting harder to find. You can still get a lot of it for these last gen, say 03, 04, maybe all the way up to 08, but it's starting to get thin, and these cogs are about $100 a piece. So if you were to do this to one of these older transmissions or a brand new one especially, you're going to get a high rate of return on service life out of it. This only costs about $400 to do for a complete dirt bike gearbox. They can do your bearings, they can do your cases, they can do your cylinders, they can cryo treat stuff I had no idea they even could. So this is pretty amazing. And the more we work with Josh and the crew over at CryoHeat, the more we learn about this. You've seen it in a couple videos here, probably. You've seen it in a couple videos over at MX Skill Shack, our other dirt bike build and giveaway company. And this transmission stuff that's under an inch thick, it takes 80 hours to go through the cryogenic process. So it's kind of remarkable how long they put this stuff in. One of the amazing things about this service is that it makes the transmission less brittle because it's removing about 95% of any microscopic stress fractures, and that's actually after the Japanese manufacturers have already done their metal treatments on it. Being that this stuff is micro-polished at the end, you're getting smoother shifts. It's going to have less resistance as these dogs and cogs engage one another, like so, for example, as you shift into gears. So if you're doing this under load, they're going to go in much more seamlessly. It's going to reduce heat, and it's also going to reduce wear because they're not fighting each other as much. So you guys go ahead and get your stuff done by CryoHeat. You keep good oil in your gearbox or your 4-stroke engine. Man, I cannot wait to feel this when I test drive this bike. I think I already said it, but this process for the transmission alone only costs $400. So for the price of 4 gears that are getting harder to get, you can get this done. I think it's a very worthwhile investment. Check out the polish on the shift shaft. It's crazy. It's absolutely unreal. This is so freaking cool. So we've done your pizza cutter, all the shift mechanisms, all the little bushings and special washers that go on the transmission shafts between the cogs, all of the fork pins, the forks themselves, clutch push rod, even the little pawls that help lock your shifts in. If you guys have any other questions about this, of course, feel free to ask them below. Always learning more about this process, so I may have some holes in my explanation. But in a lot of ways, I think it speaks for itself. So anything you guys need from today's video, the seats, decals, the cryo, it's all linked below. You guys know the drill. It's time to put this thing together. There she is, ready for war. That thing looks so freaking badass, guys. Everything else left in this tray down here will allow the transmission to do its thing once it is installed in that bad boy. Holy crap, lucky you. Guys, don't forget to get entered for this thing. Now guys, this took me about 10 minutes. It's not very difficult to do, so if you're unsure of yourself, Tony and I over at MX Skill Shack have actually filmed a complete separate video for you. It's about 45 minutes long. I'll leave a link below. Shows you how to be proactive in your approach, how to lubricate everything before you put it together, which way things should face, such as these circlips that retain the gears in place so that they don't pop off. There are also a lot of proactive measures, such as photographs of your transmission beforehand. We explain that. We explain how to use the microfiche to ID all your parts, especially if you have new stuff that's going on for the first time. That way you can lay it all out, put it all together, and Tony even has a special jig that helps him hands-free build the transmission at a certain point. So check that out when you have some free time. We'd love to show that to you. And of course you can win that bike too, 97 YZ125. And in that video, we also had a free manual download for you guys. So if you needed the service manual for a 97 YZ125, we'll send it to you for free. So check out MX Skill Shack when you get some free time. And for now, I think we've done what we came to do today. Let's close this thing out. Well, all right, guys, that's a wrap on today's video. I hope you enjoyed the several thousand more dollars of cool stuff that's getting packed into your giveaway bike. Personally, I think the CryoHeat treatment is absolutely amazing. Honored to have the support of you guys, Josh and Cryo Crew. Thank you for helping me out. Thank you for helping out all my amazing viewers here at the mXrevival channel. Again, guys, if you need links to anything, the seat covers, the decals, the CryoHeat, the video on the transmission assembly, it's all going to be below as always. Now, don't forget to leave me a comment. What do you do for a living? I'm actually super curious. Like I said, after posting that on Instagram, I got to connect with everyone a lot better and I found it extremely interesting. So leave me a comment. Let me know what you do for a living. I'm going to pick my favorite, most interesting job. And next week, I will be awarding a brand new $300 set of complete DeCal Works graphics custom just for you. And as mentioned earlier, all my guys who have already shown love, shown support, entered to win this RM250 build, you don't have to do a thing. You're already automatically entered for the other set of custom decals. Huge thank you also to my guys at DeCal Works for backing literally every single thing I do, making my life super easy, allowing me to access anything I ever need at any time for any bike. You guys are amazing. I really appreciate it. Now in episode 6, I'd like to think that I have the suspension back from AHM Factory Services, all coated, all revalved, all resprung, all the bells and whistles. And I'll also be putting your engine together in the meantime. Now if I hit a little hiccup where I'm waiting on something and I can't kick out a video on the normal schedule, which I've been doing every 2 weeks for this particular build, I'll go ahead and probably sub in an amazing O2 steel frame YZ250 build that just came in from one of my awesome customers and friends. Thank you, Robert. It's much like the RC4 build. Of course, you guys know I love a steel frame YZ250. We're definitely going to be doing some triple S swaps on that bad boy, front and rear. You'll see it either way. Might be a fallback video. Now, once the engine's built and back in and the suspension's here, guys, we're going to be able to kick it over for the very first time and hear that thing bark. So as always, I appreciate every single one of you guys for helping me live my dream so I can be of value to you with these amazing creations. Don't forget to get entered at mxrevival.com. Your support means the world to me. Thanks for sharing this with a buddy. Don't forget to comment to win the free decals. And as always, shred safe, and I'll see you in the next video.